No, it's different for this one. I'll open it up now. Well, this one is disorder.sa.gov.au.
Hey guys, I hope you are having a great, wonderful Thursday evening. It's Thursday, right? Thank you. Hey, Jen. Okay. Sorry about the delay, and thank you so much for being here. I see a couple of people jumping on. So I'm super excited. I am going to be doing a little bit of a power hour here for recruiting. If you have never been to my recruiting kind of a power hour, then feel free to ask questions as we go along. I will get to them at the end. I love questions. I mean, you have me, and if you have recruiting questions, I'd love to help you maybe get through something that you're struggling with, or just answer, right? So I have some time put away for some questions at the end. So just ask questions throughout and I'll get to them. I tend to not look at the chat too much as I'm talking because I talk a lot. I don't know if you noticed. Okay, so for my power hours, it's usually about 30 minutes. I try not to spend too much time on one specific thing. I mean, we could blame my ADD or just the fact that I do other things during the day. So I try not to spend too much time on one specific thing. Okay, let's do this here. If you have questions about what we're doing, our task. There we go. Sorry. If you have questions about a specific task that we're doing, we have 3 or 4 tasks, like actionable items. So tonight you're going to get some work done. If you just came to hear me, watch me talk, well, I hope you have some sort of like tablet or phone or something that you can actually, type something up or put something together, because I'd love for us to do some work together. But I do want to start with a few things. First off, if you, like I said, if you haven't been to one of my recruiting or one of my power hours, then this might all be new to you. So I'm going to make sure that I explain it really well. This is also recorded so that you can go back and use it. And I will share it with the same people that invited you to this call. So my name is Sarah Bernard, for those that don't know me, and I'm super excited that you're here. I don't really like to share numbers, but I feel like since there's so many people on this call, I feel like I should tell you, I've recruited over 230 as of today, level 1 reps. And that's, and that's great. However, I want to tell you how I do it. Okay, so I work two times a day, usually year round, at a farm. Like I literally, I'm a farmhand over at a beef farm. And so with that, we move bales, and we move these huge round bales. They get moved up into the barn. There's a point to this. They get moved up to the barn, and in the loft, we have to roll them to the other end of the loft, which doesn't sound too bad because they're round. They're really heavy, guys. They're like 1,000 pounds. They're huge, and sometimes they get wet. Sometimes they get really heavy. The reason that people give up when it comes to recruiting is because we leave it to last. We don't treat it as an equal part of this business. And the reason people give up is because it's hard to create momentum when you have none. It's hard to book parties when you have no parties booked. It's hard to get sales when your back office is 0, and it's hard to recruit when you haven't recruited. That's just the name of the game here. So the reason, and if people ask me, hey, how have you gotten to the point where you've recruited this successfully? Oops, sorry, guys. It's because I've created momentum and I haven't stopped. Okay, so like I said, I go over to the barn, I move these round bales. Sometimes I'm by myself, sometimes I'm with my husband. Either way, it's really heavy and really hard. I'm here to tell you that the reason I can do it is because I literally do a push. I do a hard push at the beginning. And once I create momentum, it's round. So all you have to do is just keep moving, keep pushing forward, and it rolls. But at the beginning, it's very hard. It's very hard. Like you have to give it all you've got to start that moving, right? And that's why people give up. And that's why they get burnt out. That's why they get frustrated. That's why they fail at recruiting, is because they aren't willing to put in the work at the beginning. They aren't willing to do that big push and put in efforts that don't equal results, because they don't. They don't equal results at the beginning. You're going to put in all this effort. You're going to do what I show you here to do. And tomorrow you're going to wake up and you're not going to have enrollments in the back office maybe. And then you're going to be like, oh, well, I tried and it didn't work and I'm just not good at recruiting. And I'm telling you, if I did that, I would not be sitting here today. I'm telling you, it took, you don't want to hear it, but it probably took 6 weeks to get pretty consistent at filling my funnel. But the time is going to pass anyways. So what I'm telling you here today is do the thing, do that big push, create the momentum, and then you can just live your life and do a little bit of a push and it just continues to roll, right? It's hard. Yeah. And that's why people give up. I truly believe that is because it's hard to create momentum when you have none. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do, and we're going to actually break it into time. So I spend about 5 minutes a day, every single day. This is one of my bare minimum things that I do. If you ever hear me say bare minimum, it's because some days really suck. Some days are really hard. Some days don't go the way that you want. Some days you can't control everything else, like circumstances, and life comes up. And apparently I had to feed the kids supper this evening, and that's why I was late, but it is what it is, right? But bare minimum is the things that you put a stake in the ground and you decide to do moving forward, no matter what. And this is one of those things. So I spend 5 minutes a day making it known. So we are going to make it known. I'm going to put a timer on. I have a timer because if not, we'll just talk about make it known for the next 30 minutes. But let's take a look at your social media. Okay. You've got something open, I hope. You can scroll. Is it 100% apparent, obvious that you are a Zaya rep and that you're growing your team? How far do you have to scroll down? Okay. How far do you have to scroll down on your social media for me to see that you are a Zaya rep and that you're growing your team? If it's like 3 finger swipes, it's too far. It is too far. It needs to be like right at the top and it needs to be super obvious. People need repetition. So we're going to spend 5 minutes on making it known. We are making it known about one way that Zaya benefits your life. Okay, you might have heard me say that before. You might have been in a recruiting mastermind that I've done, but I make it known regularly. And I'm telling you that this is the most underused resource you have to recruit consistently that you do not have to work at, because you have those benefits, you know those benefits. And if you don't, you need to start writing shit down. Sorry. Making it known on a daily basis changes your business. That's why I tell people to start writing down all the ways that this benefits you. So let's make it known in a story sequence. Okay. A post, a graphic, whatever way you want to do it. I know sometimes it's easier to just like post a picture, maybe like a professional shot or like a fun shot of you and Zaya, and then say something about how this business has benefited you. That's the most obvious way to make it known. And that's great, but you can't do that every day because that gets old fast. So another example, I'm going to start the timer here shortly, is do a story sequence. And if you've ever followed me on Instagram, you can see my story sequences. And now you probably know that's what I'm doing. So I bring it up in a subtle way. I talk about how it benefits me in a subtle way. I'm not like, Zaya paid for my whatever, or I love Zaya because, or, it's more subtle. It's like, I am so freaking pumped that I get to go to hockey in August. I try not to say that with a sarcastic tone because I don't really love it, but I love that my kid gets to go to hockey and gets to go to this camp, and that I get to go to the sports store and get him new skates. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So that is just confirmation of everything I've talked about so far in the last 4 years of my business. They'll know that that's just confirmation of Zaya. So once you do this regularly, guys, it covers all the hesitations, covers all the objections. I'm telling you, it is the most underused resource that you currently have right now that you can use regularly to fill your funnel. So I'm going to start a 5-minute thing. If you have questions, now's the time. But a story sequence, a post, a graphic, share a way that Zaya benefits you and make it known to other people. Trust me, it's hard at the beginning. It's hard to do this because no one, A, wants to talk about themselves, apparently, except for me. And B, it's hard to put it out there because A, you don't feel like bragging, or it's like, well, you feel, I don't know, people have feelings about this. I'm not sure why. However, once you start doing this, it'll take, maybe a week or 2, 3 weeks, and you're like, oh, this is easy. This takes no time. 20 seconds on the toilet. You can do it. Okay. So make it known. It needs to be a regular thing. Making it known in with your regular content is the perfect recipe for consistently recruiting. I guarantee it. So ideas. The timer is on, by the way, so you can continue to listen to me talk, or you can get to work. You can talk about your team. You can share about your team. I do that a lot in my story sequences, and that's a way that I make it known because I'm really grateful for them. I love my people. The extracurriculars, the hockey in August, the fitness, the working out, the motivation, the extra income, the time freedom. People resonate with real. People resonate with real. Okay. So whatever you got, you throw it at them, and get into the habit of doing this daily in a small way. It'll make a big difference. Okay. We've got 4 minutes. Do you have any questions? You can put them in the chat as well. Tuning in from Australia. What the heck? What time is it there? My goodness, that's amazing. Freaking rock star. Oh, 9 a.m. Love that. 9:30. Amazing. Okay, we got 2 minutes. If you have questions, or if you're struggling with making it known, please let me know, okay? For me, I'll actually show you because it's literally behind my desk. When I struggle, look at this. I feel like a teacher. When I struggle, and this is pretty deep if you look closely, but I come up with 5 reasons all the time. But from the 5 reasons, because you can't talk about extracurriculars all the time. If I only talked about hockey, people would get really sick of that, right? So with the extracurriculars, you have to give these little, what are they? Tree diagram. Isn't that what this is? Tree diagram, grade 7. I don't know what it is. Grade 7 English. Kids get to do more and try new things. Team sports are so good for development, blah, blah, blah. So those would be your sub reasons why you're grateful, pretty much. Extra income, of course, there's reasons over there. Community, sure. Purpose, light, even on bad days, there's a reason, right? Motivate to work out to be healthier, all of the things, right? So you can have your reasons here. And if you're struggling to make it known, dig a little deeper and write down some sub reasons. Literally, if you spend 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes a day on these reasons, guys, I'm telling you, your list will be growing. It will become very easy to write the grateful things, or the way that Zaya benefits you. I am such a visual person, so I literally put this behind my desk so that I have it. And then if I want to add to it, I can. And it's just there. So I started that, I think 2 years ago, really. And I just add to it, and I change the reasons every once in a while, and it's just there. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so that was make it known. If you have any questions, or if you need clarification and you want to just voice text me or something, please do that. Okay, I would love to have you really clear on that, because that is the number one thing that I do regularly that creates consistent filling my funnel, because it prevents me from having 100 different conversations with people a day. It literally is, I'm putting content out that covers objections, covers hesitation, shows the benefits, literally have recruiting conversations all day with the content that I put out. Do you understand what I mean by that? It's so important to making it known on a daily basis in some way or another. and you will get better at it. It will feel awkward at the beginning. And like I said, pushing that bail at the very beginning is so freaking hard. It is so hard. You will get so much resistance from your mind, okay, from others, but it's worth it. Okay. People quit because it's hard at the beginning. Okay. So the next part, and we got to talk about I'm sure you came on to do a power hour and not just hear me chat, but we're going to talk about connection and inviting in. And to talk about connection and inviting in, I have to talk to you about the bamboo tree, because if you haven't heard it, you need to hear about it, especially when it comes to connection and conversations. Because when you plant a bamboo, you literally wait almost 5 years for it to sprout through the dirt. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't have that kind of faith in my life. I am not patient, nor would I have the care and the I hate gardening, first of all, so I don't even know why I give this analogy. But the bamboo tree you plant, and it has to be perfect circumstances, sun, you have to water it every day, seriously. Then 4.5 years later, it sprouts, and it sprouts about 80 feet within the first, 4 weeks, something ridiculous. But the reason that it has that exponential growth is because it's created these roots in the ground. Now, I talked to you about that because when we talk connection, this isn't a transaction. This isn't you reaching out and getting an answer that day. This is you reaching out and putting roots in the ground. This is you reaching out and being of service to other people. So if you are looking for connection and looking for inviting in and looking for results, you're doing it wrong, and you're going to get frustrated, and then that bail is going to get real heavy and you're going to give up. Okay. Instead, you got to switch your mindset about this and think friggin' bamboo tree. Who, first of all, watered the bamboo tree for 4 years at the beginning? Who was that first person? It was like, I'm going to keep watering this until something magical happens. I don't know who they were, and that wasn't in my notes, but like, who? Not me. I'm telling you, no one in my bloodline did that, because that is crazy. But you gotta give it a little time. You gotta have the right mindset when it comes to this, because this is where you find your people. And trust me, they are there. They're there. Don't tell me they're not. So any past stories, this is actionable stuff here. Any past stories, posts, lives, events, parties, anything like that. Anyone who likes, loves, comments, or even is just continually watching your stuff. If they are like on more than 6, 7 story sequences, they get a message from me. Because you know what? They're in my warm community right there. They're in my warm network. You're watching my stuff, you're going to get a message from me. If you think that's weird, you got to check yourself, check your thoughts, because I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to grow if you're holding yourself back just because of that. Okay, start a conversation with them. Now, the ones that bypass the whole connection thing, where I find out about their dog from grade 6, are the ones that comment on my business posts. Okay, the ones that comment on my business posts, like my business posts. I'm going to get to that, Cameron. Anybody who likes, comments, or does anything about a business specific post, like I'm talking not a story sequence where it's like, not a story sequence where it's subtle, but where I am saying, hey guys, this is what this business has done for me, and this is what it can do for you. If you are commenting on that, you automatically get a business conversation from me. There is no, hey, how's it going? How's your life? Blah. There's none of that. I am boom. Were you looking at adding another stream of income? I literally ask that question because it's a yes or no. Because right then you're telling me exactly what I need to know. And we are skipping all of that other part. And I'm telling you, I think I was watching here because I like to use examples. There was 3 people on this call at the beginning that I asked that question to, that commented or liked or whatever, who I signed up. And I said, were you looking at another stream of income? Okay. So the business posts are different. You do that differently. Okay. That's not real connection. That's just business smart. So then when you're looking at anybody for past stories, posts, lives, parties, who likes, comments, loves your stuff, well, what do you do? I'm telling you right now, I am not, and listen, anything I say tonight, I'm only 4 years in. I'm still learning. I'm still asking for constructive, feedback. I'm still, growing. So I might not say, and I always try to say this, I might not say what your upline says or what other people say. I just say what works for me. And if that doesn't mesh with you, that's okay. But I'm just letting you know that this is how I do things. I connect with people. I reach out to people who are watching my stuff consistently. And then the reason I do that is because I consider them in my warm market if they're watching my stuff, right? And the way that I do that is I literally am just a human. Like, hey, Kelly, how's it going? I see that you're loving my Instagram stuff lately or watching my stories, or if it's something specific that I'm sharing about and that they're watching regularly, or they put loves on or something like that. If it's like Hank, my dog, or my kids, or, whatever it is, right? Fitness stuff, that I will conversate about that, right? So I can't tell you exactly what I would say to someone watching my stories, but if it was stories about such and such, I would bring that up in some way. Hey, do you have someone in hockey as well? Like, did your hockey schedule start yet? Or if it's like fitness, it's like, yeah, or, I've been working out. I feel like I've been working out for a decade every morning, 5:30 a.m. It doesn't get easier. Like, I just kind of break the threshold there and connect in a human nature sort of way. It doesn't have to be crazy. Here's the thing. And this is what I really want you to know. At no point should you be 12 weeks in and you know their dog's name from grade 6. And you haven't brought up Zaya yet. That's weird. That is really weird. You're in too deep. Like, it's immediately no at this point. Don't bring it up. It's awkward. Okay. It's just a hard pass. So here's the thing is you got to find a balance here. You got to find a balance. Jill, you're killing me. I got to switch screens. You're just laughing. Pull yourself together. You have to find a balance, because you can't be that person who finds out all that stuff and you just connect and connect and connect, and you never speak your truth. You never say anything, right? Find out more about them and ask questions. I find that's really important, but provide solutions. Okay. Because I'm telling you, that problem will come up very quickly. They're going to have an income problem, hey, I can't find anything that fits me problem. Hey, I don't have any time problem. I'm too busy. I have an overflowing plate. I've got no purpose. My community sucks. It's very, very quick, especially in this day and age and economy, to find a problem. I'm telling you, it's 5 minutes of a conversation. So if you're not finding the problem, you're not asking enough questions, you're not listening. Do you pick a certain number of people to reach out to? That's a great question. So my bare minimum, like I said at the beginning, when hard days, I put a stake in the ground. Probably it was 2 years ago. I put a stake in the ground and I said, from this point forward, even on my crap days where literally, like, it's not great days over here, I am reaching out to 3 people. 3. Okay. Before that, it was 1. If you are at 0, do not go to 3. Do not go to 5. Don't go to, like, do 1. 1 is better than none, right? Do something, but stick to it. Okay. I do that 3, but I do it every single day. It's non-negotiable. So you have to figure out what your non-negotiables are. So you have to start a conversation with the people that are watching you, liking your stuff, loving your stuff, anything like that. The ones I start like with the business are the ones who comment on the business stuff. So I just, I skip over that, all the connection stuff, and I say, were you interested in earning another income? So 3 new people a day. There are a lot of people watching your stuff. 3 new people a day. If you are consistently, and I'm going to give you some actionable stuff here too, but if you're consistently growing your network, if you're consistently having parties and posting on social media, you have 3 new people at least a day. It's very easy to scroll and find those people. Okay. Now, some actionable stuff for you. And I mentioned at Summit, and I had some feedback, but I do suggested friends on Facebook. I add 3 a day of suggested friends on Facebook. I've been doing that for, again, 2 years. Now, if I look on suggested friends and I see Krista Dykstra, my top leader, as a mutual friend, I'm not going to add them. It's okay. There's other people in the world, right? So just kind of be smart about the suggested friends. Obviously, if you I don't add ones that have other Zaya reps as mutual friends. So that's what I do. So yeah, 3 new people. Adding friends. You can also follow 5 to 10 people on Instagram if you want. But if you work on your business on Facebook, work your business on Facebook. You don't have to be on all the things at all the times, right? Okay. So connection, we're going to work on that. 5 minutes right now. Connection. You are going to practice it. It's going to feel like you're pushing the heaviest bale that has ever been there. Because if you haven't done this before, it's hard. It's hard to reach out to people. It's hard to connect with people. But guess what? You are wired for this. We are wired for connection. Okay? Don't let social media fool you to think that you can't connect with people. No, never, Cameron, never. I never do that. That's weird. I add them as suggested friends. And you know what? My content, it's very specific to a very specific person. And if they're meant to stick around, they will. And we will, I'm very confident that we will have a conversation at some point. And if they don't like me, they'll learn that very quickly. And they're not meant to be in my circle. But at no point do I reach out to them when I add them as a friend. That's icky. That makes me upper lip sweat. No. Okay. So 5 minutes here of connection. Now, do not procrastinate because I already see your faces. Like, how do I get out of this? Because she's staring at me and I don't want to do it. Go on your stories. If you've posted stories today, and I know most of you have, go on your stories and go back and look to see who's watching your stories and reach out to someone who's been watching your stories. I'm telling you, it's not scary. You can do this. We can do hard things. Okay, they're watching your stories. Are you just like going to pretend like they're not? Because that's weird. That's real weird. If you're like, I'm just going to post stories and no one's going to watch them and I'm not going to connect with anybody. That's foolish. When they watch your stories, especially consistently, they are giving you permission to connect with them because they are in your warm market. If they don't want to hear from you, they shouldn't be watching your stories. I could go further into this, but I won't. Okay, so go on your story sequence, find someone who's been watching your stories 3 or 4 stories or 3 or 4 days in a row or whatever, or someone you haven't had a conversation with ever. I'm telling you. Now, if that makes you vomity, here's another simple way we could do this. I want you to go on your VIP. I want you to go into the people in your VIP. If you haven't had a conversation with someone who is in your freaking VIP, guys, we need to talk. We need to chat. That is weird. If they're in Sarah Bernard's VIP and I have not yet had a conversation with them and I've been open for business for 4 years, there is something drastically wrong. Drastically wrong, okay? And it's awkward. And I've literally been doing this, I've been reaching out and I did a lot in 2022 and the beginning of 2023. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to apologize. You've been in my group. I am so sorry. How rude of me. Here's a free shipping code. I am so sorry that I have not reached out to you, but I am so glad that you're in my group. And I also say, I hope I haven't offended you in some way because that's just what I do. But no, it's weird. In your VIP, if you have not had a conversation with someone there, start there. Start there. That's a good place to start. Okay. Because yeah, that's weird, guys. If we don't reach out, we're not meant to just be a reality TV show personality. I mean, you can if that makes you money, but I don't think it would. So we're going to do other things. What if you commented about them viewing your stories and they never comment back? Move on. Plenty of fish, Sandy, plenty of fish. There are so many people in this world. We're going to move on. And then you can move on and kind of make a note, like just watch his stories, creeper, move on. Okay. And then that's the way that you, so if you're not getting a lot of views, time to add more people on Instagram or on Facebook, right? That's how we grow our network. And it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be overnight, but you can do that. You have the potential to do that by adding suggested friends, making sure you add friends with people who are in parties. Okay. On a story, are you reaching out over something personal or something Zaya? On a story, you're just connecting with them as a human being. Hey, Kelly, I see that you've watched my hockey, my hockey stories the last, few hours or the last few days, whatever it is that you've been talking about the last few days, just reach out and say, hey, are you there too? Or if it's about working out, you're gonna be like, hey, do you go to the gym or do you work out at home or whatever, right? Just connect. Most people are going to be like, yeah, no, I work out at home, or I actually don't work at all. I just watch you work out. That's weird. But you know what I mean? Like most people will respond in some way and you will get the vibe right away and you'll be like, okay, yeah, no, we're good. But yes, so VIP 100%. If you need a safe place to start there, because I'm telling you, those people in your group that you haven't had a conversation with, you need to make that happen. That needs to be a thing that you make happen. Okay, non-negotiables for me, more actionable items. We're still doing 5 minutes connection here. So you're not out of it. We got 3 minutes left. Make it happen. But non-negotiables, write these down. Every single order in every single party gets booked in for a shopping event. They have a conversation about that. We have a talk. I thank them profusely. I give amazing customer service. And I say, I would love to book you in for your own event. I'm sure there's lots of stuff there that you want to get for free and half price. Let's make it happen. Book them in for a shopping event. That helps you fill your funnel recruiting, right? I recruit a lot of my hostesses. So book some parties by doing that non-negotiable. And then the second non-negotiable that I do, I learned this from Brianne Fritz. She was my power partner. And I've been doing this over 2 years, is every single hostess, you are talking about the business opportunity, about using the credits towards the bundle deal. Okay. That is so important. And not at the end of the party, because they've already created their list. Their shopping is done. If you wait until the end, you are not going to get her. She is not interested. She's already had the whole week to put her list together because you've done a great job. Right? So at the beginning of the party, when you book her in, definitely say it. So we've got 1 minute left on connection. Who here hasn't done it yet? Be honest. Jen, Lane, have you done it? Did you do it? Oh, good. She's like, you have to call me out. Tegan? Ah. See, my people are scared. They're like, I know you'll call on me. And everyone else is just averting eye contact. Good, good. Good, good. Okay, get the connection part done, guys. I know it's like pushing that bail. It's going to suck. It is really going to suck. But I'm telling you, that's why people quit, is because it's hard at the beginning. Efforts don't equal results at the beginning. Just keep going. Great job. You guys sent 2. Holy free. That's awesome. Freaking out. Jill and Lisa. Okay. Awesome job, ladies. I love that. Keep it going. Okay. You can just be very matter of fact and curious when you're sending messages too, right? Are you not curious? I don't know. I go on people's profile and be like, what kind of dog do they have? Did they live in Toronto? Like, where are they? Like, what do they do? You know, just be curious and ask questions. It's okay to be nosy. That's why people are on social media. They like to brag. Any past orders, if you haven't done this yet, book them in for a shopping event. Any past orders, right? So go back. It's okay to go back. It's not like we're at a day where you can't go back in your business. You can literally go back in your business and you can have conversations. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kelly. I love that you ordered in June. I'm so glad that you love your items. Let's do this. I got an opening in September. Your name's on it, right? It's okay. Do that. That's fun. It also starts the conversation about the business opportunity, right? You can say, hey, Kelly, I'm super excited for you. I'm pumped that you booked in. Let's use those credits towards one of the bundle deals. That's it. That's all. You don't have to do a big blurb. There is a $600 whatever. And this is no one cares. If you're confusing them, you're losing them. Okay. So don't do that. Just be matter of fact, be confident, and move on with your life. And you can come back to it. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Dogs sell lots of leggings. It's true. It's a good point. 3 messages. Awesome. Love that. Cindy, great job. Okay, make a written post to have ready. This is the next 5 minutes. I'm going to stop talking as much. Make a written post to have ready to post sometime this week. Now, here's the other thing. If you are someone who doesn't post regularly on your personal, don't even get me started. I hope all of your Facebooks and Instagrams are open. You cannot sell to your Aunt Jill for like the next 20 years. It's just, she's done. Okay, make sure your Facebook and your Instagram is open. Yes, you're going to get messages about sugar daddies. That's okay. You can just delete them. Okay. But you do need to have your Instagram and your Facebook open. That is super important. I'll get up on a soap stool, but I won't. But yeah, open. Open is key. And great job, Denise. Make a written post to have ready to post sometime this week. Now, you have to take a look at your social media. For me, I post pretty regularly. So if I continued to post daily, people will be like, oh, yeah, No, she's good. Actually, when I don't post or do our story sequence, I get about 63 messages asking if I'm alive and well, and if I fed my children or if I've worked out. Like, I get so many people concerned when I don't show up. What I'm saying to you right now, and what you really need to focus on, is if you aren't regular on your social media, do not start with regularly posting Zaya. That looks weird. Okay, that's like, we don't need to be an advertisement here. You need to be you. You're the brand. You just rep Zaya, right? You're the brand. So stick to a schedule that works for you, and the only one that works for you is one that you will stick to. So if it is one written post a week on the business opportunity, and I am telling you this all with big thyroid eyes, make it one business opportunity post a week if you don't have it yet. Okay, that is your minimum. Do that once a week. Start there. For me, if you looked at my social media, I could have several in a week and it doesn't really look out of place. But if you're not there yet, don't start there. You know what I'm saying? Mix in other things. Ooh, good question. Why would you only post on your VIP? I see some reps best work on their VIP, and then there's nothing on their personal Facebook. And I'm just like, why? Why? Who are you trying to recruit? That you've already had conversations with them. If you are doing this business properly, and trust me, I'm not on a high, horse over here. I have not done it properly either, which is why I have went back and have had conversations with people in my VIP. Listen, you have to have a conversation with your upline, and you need to do it the way that you think you need to do it. But at no point do I post anything in my VIP that I post regularly on my personal Facebook or Instagram. In my VIP, I post different things. I post, hey, these bundle deals are fire. Take a look at them. Don't miss out. They're ending at the end of the month. On my personal Facebook, I may say something different, like, hey, these bundles just came out. Take a look at them. I love that, it comes with a $65 gift or $50 gift card or whatever, right? Like, I'm going to do it a little differently. In my VIP, those are my very important people in a very important place. And I do not post regularly in there. I do not double post. It's not the same. They see me in a different light. I show up differently there. And so for me, if I started posting regularly in there about the business opportunity, like I do on Instagram, in like an attraction marketing 2023 kind of way, it would look weird. However, if you have been doing that, continue to do it. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just saying I don't, because I have never done that. Yes, Lois, that's awesome. I share my VIP when the kits update, but have private conversations to talk about the value. You can tell Lois has been on a recruiting power hour before. Yeah, that's a great way to do it. I absolutely love that. I think that is something you have to think about and decide on. But for me, I don't share what I share on my Instagram or my Facebook in my VIP. I post on Instagram, it posts to Facebook. That's it. That's all. It's very simple. Okay, so make a written post. We've got 3 minutes. Make a written post to have ready to post sometime this week, right? Testimonials are great. Have you posted it before and after yet? Those are awesome. They get a lot of traction. Literally your face. Pick a picture from a decade ago. Pick a picture now. Do a before and after. Tell people where you were. Tell people where you are now. Share some of the benefits. Move on. People love that, right? Testimonials work really, really well, and not just for Beachbody. Like they work in this business too. Share about your team. Anything like that. So make a written post to have ready about the business opportunity to share sometime this week. That's what we're working on. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so Lisa, that's a great point. At no point do I recruit from my business posts. At no point, only now within the last year, do I get like 20 comments. And guess what? They're all Zaya reps. I love you all. But that's great. I think it's awesome. Guess what I'm going to do, Lisa? I'm going to continue to post about the business opportunity, and I'm going to do it with the same amount of enthusiasm and consistency that I have been, because that is what people see. Now, just because I don't get, hey, I'm going to sign up. Hey, great, sign me up. Send me the link. Blah, blah. No, that doesn't happen in real life. And if it does, that's awesome for you. However, it's so important that you stay consistent with these business posts and you put them in with your regular content. But they are not going to be an effort equals results for you. They never will be. I'm telling you, 4 years in and I do it really well. However, very rarely do I have someone say, hey, I saw your post, sign me up. It just doesn't work like that very often. However, it's so important. Okay. That is literally attraction marketing 2023. You're going to put some stuff out. People, it has to be real. People have to resonate with it. However, they're not going to like comment, and you're not going to get the 50, 60 comments and, 200 likes on it. Okay. So yes, make a written post to have ready to post sometime this week on your personal Facebook or Instagram. Okay. And then lastly, I don't want to take up too much of your time because I'm already over. If you have questions, now is a great time to post them in there. But lastly, I want you to take a look at your party template. If you have a template, I hope you do. I hope you use something that helps you with your time, because we can't preach time freedom if we're not actually, doing time freedom. If you have a party template right now in the business opportunity, the bundles, if you don't have any of that in there, we need to make a change. Okay, that needs to happen. You need to post about your parties, or you need to post in your parties about the business opportunity. You literally have a group of people that you would normally not have access to. You don't know what you don't know what anybody is. You have no idea who's in there that will take you up on that offer, who will want to know more, who will be added to a potential rep list, who will want to book in for their own shopping event, who will automatically just say, hey, that is 100% for me, I'm in, who will look at the bundle and be like, that's exactly what I was looking at, actually. Can I take that? You have no idea, but I'm telling you, I recruit more from parties that aren't hostesses than just regular people on my Facebook. I need to say that again. I recruit more than just my hostesses. I recruit more people from parties that aren't my hostesses than regular people on my Facebook and on my Instagram. Okay. So that's super important that you make a template, create a template, add a post into your template or into your scheduled posts about the bundle deal or the business opportunity, and do it in a way that's yours, right? I can share what I share in my parties, but that's not what you may post, right? So make it real. Say, hey, I need to share this with you because it's, it's on my heart right now, but I love that Zaya has created this, this for me in my life. Here it is. Right? If you're not sharing about that regularly, you're missing a lot of people. You're missing a lot of people, because I feel like a lot of people get lost in the transition from VIP or from parties to VIP, right? And some people don't order again, and you got to make sure they're in your group. So you're missing that, right? Make sure you post about the business in your parties. So create a post now. We've got 4 more minutes. Create a post now for your parties. Do it up. Put it in your notes. Even if you don't have your template open or Visibly or SendShare open, do it up in your notes right now so it's done, so that you can add it in tomorrow to any future parties. This is a game changer. Okay, a real game changer for your business. Then you're going to create that success cycle, guys, where it's like every order, you book them in for another shopping event. And then you have a new group of people that you can share about. Every hostess, you're going to talk about the business opportunity. I have a huge funnel that is consistently filled, but it's because I fill it. Okay, you can't just sit and hope and make a post and share the starter kit graphic. No one knows what that means, by the way. You are sharing the starter kit graphics, and other Zaya reps are like, oh, wow, that's awesome. That's what's in the kit right now. No one else is looking at that and being like, I should join Zaya. That looks like it's a real, it's full of value. No, it's super confusing. Have you looked at the starter kit graphic lately? There's all kinds of numbers. There's various items that you don't know what's in there. It's like, no one knows what that means. So stop sharing the starter kit graphics, start sharing the actual value, and you'll make bigger waves for sure. After I booked a party, love that. That is awesome. Okay, so hopefully you've made it known on your personal Facebook, personal Facebook or Instagram. Hopefully you've connected with someone and you didn't puke. That was the second goal, because you're going to do that regularly. The third thing was make a written post to have ready for the business, right? And then the last thing was create a party post about the business that you can add to your template, because that's really important. So those 4 things is what we covered today. If I talk too much, I apologize that I tend to do that, but go back and make sure you do them. How many of you know of your 230 of your level 1s active, not just a discount rep? However, here's the thing, Jamie, I signed up to be a discount rep and I was a discount rep for over 4 months. If you go back to my numbers, which I've shown my team, it's zeros, bunch of zeros for months, up to 6 months, I think. And then all of a sudden I was like, no, I think I'm going to do this. So don't discredit your discount reps, because I am one. And I think I would probably be wanted on your team, maybe, right? So don't discredit them, because they are potential rock stars and you don't know what's on their plate. Instead, have conversations. I did not have an upline. I absolutely Googled how to be a Zaya rep at the beginning. I'm going to be honest. And the fact that I have almost 60 people on this call listening to me, I feel like I Googled it the right way. But my point is you can't make up that decision for people. If they sign up for the discount, and don't put them in a box. Okay. The box is open. Just let them have the benefit and keep showing them the other benefits. And I think that's super important, but great question. And I don't know the answer to it. I don't know how many of them are. They switch back and forth, which is okay. Does anyone else have any questions about recruiting, filling your funnel? Googling how to be a rock star. Funny. I literally Googled it. Katie Harlan came up a lot. Sarah Anderson's videos, Natalie Robinson's videos. I learned from the best of the best. What can I say?
I have a question.
Go for it, Robin. Hi.
Hi. Okay, and maybe nobody else has this issue, but I have found myself in a place where I have a lot of customers and a lot of hostesses who are reps for another direct marketing company, and it has become my world. So I'm super cautious to invite them in. I have to scroll their page. Oh, they're a Norwex rep. They're a rep. They're, and it has just like it's it's a thing in my business. And I've always been told you never approach somebody else from another direct sales company. It's a big no-no. But then I hear from other people that's not true. They'll make that for their own mind. But it is ingrained in me, and it is really I'm at a hard standstill in a way, because I looked even today, like so many of my hostesses are reps from this other company. So any feedback on that, or think on it and get back to me maybe?
Yeah, no, I love that question, Robin. I can answer it. At the very beginning of my stake in the ground 2 years ago, where I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move forward. I was actually part of a group, and there was other reps in there. There was other reps from other companies in there. And I quickly learned that, yes, 100% biased, but Zaya was better in so many ways. So since then, let's just say, when I come across a Beachbody rep that really loves this clothing, I have no issues with letting them know, like, you're putting in a lot of work. And I love that, you are showing up consistently on social media. What the heck, girl? Like, talk to me here. We need to have a discussion about effort and results and where you're at in your business. And when I'm straightforward like that, and I come at them like curious, I am genuinely curious as to how you've stayed so motivated with such a lack of financial help. When I've stayed curious like that and have asked questions, I feel like it's like then a discussion, and then I can be like, listen, you are literally it's all the boxes are checked here. Like, so at some point, if you have ever considered it, I'm here. I'm just here. And I'm like, that's it. That's all. So I have no issues with saying that, because you know what? If I was in that position and you didn't bring it up to me, I'd be pretty angry. I'd be freaking frustrated, especially if I was doing all the things. However, I don't go out and be like, I'm going to go look for all the Beachbody coaches and I'm going to just sign them up. No, but if they come across my, computer screen and my connections and stuff like that, I'm definitely bringing it up. However, if you're thinking about other reps, like for instance, I do have like some Pampered Chef, like some other reps from other, great companies. I think that it would be challenging to, especially because I think you're you've got a good heart. So it would be hard, right? If you're not gritty like that, where you're gonna, go after people, even though you know that they're with another company. But I think when you're making it known and you're putting it out there and your content is good, then there's no need to have that conversation. But if you're hosting a party, it's my responsibility to tell you can use the credits towards the kid. And if they come at you and say, well, actually, I'm with whatever, and it's like, yep, no, I know. I just wanted to let you know that that's one of the options. And that's how I would approach it, in a really non-confrontational way, saying, listen, these are the credits you're at. These are the options for the kit. Here they are. What do you think? And they'll tell you, right? They'll be like, well, actually, I was thinking about it because, I have enough spices or whatever it is. I'm sorry if I offended anybody there, but you know what I mean? Like, they'll tell you at the end if they're thinking about it or not. So, but yeah, that's a great question, especially now, right? Yeah, and there are a lot of Zaya reps that sell more than just Zaya for sure. But yeah, that's how I've done things so far. Of course, always learning, always growing. Does anyone else have any questions? You can unmute as well. Anything? Now's your chance.
I have a question, Sarah.
Go for
Do
it.
you go through and clean up your friend list? Like, meaning you've maxed out, you see the friend suggestions or whatever, but you have too many already in there. There's a ton of Zaya reps. Do you clean it out? If you keep just doing the friend request or whatever suggestions, you're going to fill up pretty quick, right? How do you handle that?
Well, what are you filling up?
The friend list. Like, you're saying that you go through your suggested friends, right? And friend them.
Yeah.
So when you get to that 5,000 mark, you can't.
Oh, I see. No, I'm not at that 5,000 mark. However, this is what I do, and this will answer your question. Especially when it comes to Instagram. I follow 5 to 10 every time I'm on there, but then things come up and I'm like, no, hard pass. And I'll unfollow people, right? However, I am not a consumer on social media at all. Like, I do not go in on there, and I do not scroll, and I do not watch, and I do not do any of that stuff. Very rarely, very, very, very rarely. I am a creator. I go on there, I put my stuff up, I come back. However, with attraction marketing, I think it's so important that you do have to connect with people through their content. So it's hard to not be a consumer in some regard. However, with the suggested friends on Facebook, you asked me if I ever did like a cleanse or anything like that, if I've ever done like a purge. And I have gone through, I think it was in last year, I went through my friends list on Facebook, and I kind of just was like, okay, like, and there's so many that have deleted accounts or like just like random, like easy deletes. And I have gone through and I have done that. The same thing on Instagram. I unfollow people as they come up with, obviously you're not going to be in my, like, you're not going to be one of my people. And I can easily see that. And if it's very obvious, I'm like, okay, unfollow. I also, and this is just, I don't know if this helps too, but if you don't bring me joy on social media, it's an unfollow. Like, it's like, I kind of a cold-hearted, like, I'm not here to, hurt feelings, and I don't mean to, but if you're not bringing me joy, or if I think that you're not bringing joy to the world, like, I'm just, it's not going to happen for me. Like, it's just an instant no. I'm just terrible like that. But I mean, that would be hard for people, because especially, I assume you're up there close to 5,000 friends. Is that what yeah. So that would be really hard. Until I get to that point, I guess I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, but I have gone back and I have deleted, and it's probably 50, 60 at a time of like deactivated accounts, or just people that have obviously, they're not for me. Does that help? That was a hard question. Does anyone else have any questions? Love these, by the way. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are ready to rock. The 1001 is so freaking doable. If you haven't hit that yet, go and do that tonight.
I have another question for you.
Go for it.
How do you keep up with who you're talking to? How do you keep up with your potentials, your top favorites? Do you keep a written list?
Yes.
Oh, you do. That's so me. Okay, I'm just
Right behind my desk.
learning if
Listen,
that's
and here's the
the
thing.
common consensus.
Yes. I do not have a spreadsheet because I don't know if you've noticed that from me.
Yeah.
I'm not really a spreadsheet kind of gal. Don't
Yeah.
even know how to do one. I have a whiteboard and a marker, and I literally have every month at the beginning of the month, I am making sure that my potential rep list, which was what I just showed you, is up to date. And this is another actionable item. Every single Monday, this has been a game changer for me. Like, this has saved my life because I am not an organized person. I forget everything. I open all my Facebook messages and then forget what you told me. Every single Monday, I scroll back to the last Monday and I spend about 20 to 30 minutes going through all of my messages from the last week. And it's very easy to see, okay, did I answer? Nope. Nope. Oh, that was a return. Oh, that was an order. Oh, she booked in for a party that I didn't write down. Oh, my son answered those 3 messages with random scribbles. I guess I didn't get to that. So every Monday I go back to the previous Monday, and that is how I double check and add to my potential rep list. And because sometimes, I don't know about you, but it's busy during the day and I'm like answering things and I'm stirring things and the blender has exploded with no top on. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I cannot do this. So I save my ass by going back every Monday and going to the previous Monday. And that's how I can kind of check in on messages. And I get a lot of reps from the potential rep list, or I add a lot of potential reps from that way, because I'm connecting with people and I'm following up. And that's my follow-up
Sure.
system. It's
We're
super,
kindred spirits.
yes, it's very
Hey,
technical.
one of my favorite things is to search in the keyword. So like you
Yes.
can search your messenger by starter kit, mini kit, 295. I mean, I've searched all the things because I'm
Yeah.
like, I know I'm forgetting somebody. And then I'm like, oh, boom, there we go.
There we are.
Keywords when I'm
Yep.
recruiting. Yeah.
I 100% do that. Yeah, all like literally daily. Katrina, you asked a question. Do you post in your old parties? No, I don't post in my old parties very often. If it's like a week past and we had a metallic restock, sure, I'll go back and post, but not very often do I post in my in old parties because I've messaged them already twice, each person, right? So and then the Mondays I'm checking. So they might check back with their messages and the party's already closed, but I'm following up that way. Instagram tag is Zaya Boss. Yeah, my husband did that. Thank you, Seamus. How do you follow up for asking for parties? First of all, I don't ask for parties, I offer parties. I'm not asking for anything because I'm sitting on the value. I'm offering you free and half price stuff. What are you offering me? You know what I mean? Like, if you think of, I mean, that's what's a little bit cold. You are offering me your warm market, and I super appreciate that. I'm going to give utmost customer service. However, I do not ask for them. I offer them. Okay. And I think that when you do that, it's a great mindset shift. They will feel that energy in the conversation and they'll be like, oh man, I got to take advantage of this. I got to get in on this. Okay. And I do have a follow-up system as well. I have a follow-up for any orders. I have an email, but look at Shout. Shout has a great way that you can do follow-ups as well. Do you have a way to connect with guests in parties when your message is hidden in a message request? I add them as a friend. I also get the hostess to group or tag people. If the hostess tags everybody in a message, I tell them to show them your favorite outfit, and if they don't have any Azaya, show them a favorite outfit from the website, tag everybody in the party, and then I can comment on it. I feel like that helps. Because if you can't see it on the back end, in terms of like messages, then make it known in the front on the party, right? You can have conversations with people there. That's a great question. Anything else? Yeah, I have I do like up to 15 parties a month sometimes, maybe 6 to 15 around there. My 6 is usually my like minimum. So my follow-up system has to be good, right? Because I don't want to message everybody. So that's why I've created a like 3 emails through Visibly, and it's a follow-up. However, with Shout, and if you haven't seen that in your back office yet, take a look at that, and they can provide you with good follow-up systems there too. It's just coming out and it's very overwhelming. So don't dive in and think that you're going to organize it in one night. You aren't. And that's okay. We're all learning at the same pace here. There's a recording training. You can reach out to me if you want it. We'd had a training on that, but he went through it quite quickly. If you don't have Shout in Australia, get Visly, and I can, Shannon, send me a message and I can send you my Visly template for follow-up emails for orders. You can have it and just use it. Okay, because it sends out an order thanking them for the order. It sends them out an email getting them into my VIP, and it sends out an email in the last email getting them into a shopping event and talking to them about the business. So it does all the things. It saves me time, effort, energy, right? We only have a limited amount. Okay, does anyone have any last questions? And again, you can voice text me. You can send me messages anytime. And if I don't answer, it's because I'm busy. And if I answer, it's because I can. I'm pretty straightforward when it comes to that on social media. I hope you guys I hope you got some value from this. There are no secrets when it comes to recruiting. Anybody can do this. No one pulled my name from a hat. I have no sales experience. I am not even that good at it. I have no business being in this business. Let me tell you, I was a paramedic, work nights, like no business being in sales whatsoever, or being a recruiter at that. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. Okay. My goal is for you to do 1001 because it's so freaking doable. Take a look at those bundle deals, those mini kits, break them down. Do not send that kit over. Send the items that are in the kit. Talk to them about what happens after they press enroll. Okay. You are capable. I don't care if you signed up yesterday. You are capable. Okay. You are capable. You can do this. Success is available to you. And it's just, man, this is gold, guys. This is gold. Here's the thing. And this is what I want to leave you with. Okay, I didn't want to start with this because it's kind of a downer. I freaking love this business. I love this business and I love what it's capable of. And there are people in your warm market right now that were me. Someone would look at me and they would think, she has way too much on the go. 4 jobs, 4, meal prep, fitness trainer, worked at a daycare, and I did nights as a paramedic, all with 4 kids out under the age of 5 years old. If you looked at me in the grocery store, trust me, you were looking away. Okay. What I'm saying is there's people in your life who could really use this, and you're looking at them and you're like, oh no, she couldn't, she's too busy. There's no possible way, right? Don't make assumptions for people. Reach out to them. You are offering a coupon. Some will use it, some won't, but some, they freaking need this. Okay. They freaking need this. And you are sitting on that coupon right now. And you, regardless of incentive or promotion or gold diggers, you are sitting on a coupon that can literally change someone's life. Okay. I think about that every single time I do a training like this, but every single time, like I'm at the grocery store and I don't have to check my balance when the food is on the, like going up to the till. So next time you're at the grocery store, think of me and freaking message someone, message that busy person in your life. Be like, listen, I think I got something for you that could help. That won't add to their overflowing plate, right? Think about it. You're sitting on a coupon and I want you to share the crap out of it. When you sign your rep in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, you message me. I want to know about it. Okay. That's all I want. Send me a message, make it happen. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Wish me luck. It's straw day tomorrow. We've only got, 2,000 bales to put in the barn. I may die. But yeah, send strength, love. I hope you guys have a great night. Happy freaking Thursday. Thanks for showing up. Bye, guys.